Hey man. Hey man. Do psychics really predict the future? No, of course not. They either tell you stuff that you really, really want to have happen to you, or they tell you stuff that you really, really don't want to have happen to you. You'll find the love of your life, or someone close to you is going to die. Well, how do you know they can't predict the future? Because if they could, they would be sitting in some dark basement predicting other people's futures for a few pennies. They'd be using their powers to get rich or save people's lives or do something spectacular. What about a weatherman? Can they predict the future? No, they predict the weather. And they don't always get that right. Can anyone predict the future? I can. You're going to do something really inexplicably dumb today. Why on earth would you say that? Easy. I look at the past, I find a repeating pattern within it, and I assume it's going to continue on into the future. Ha! I don't know where you're getting your data, because inexplicably dumb, that ain't me, pal. Anyways, here's something that you never saw coming. I'm going to Alfonso's restaurant tonight. Ooh, Alfonso's. That's the most expensive place in town. How'd you manage that? Well, I just helped the Johnsons move in this big dresser they have. Big dresser? How far did you have to take it? Another town or something? Nah, we just moved it from like one wall in their bedroom to another. It only took like 20 minutes. When we were done, they said they'd like to take me out somewhere to thank me. My choice. I've always wanted to go to the most expensive place in town, so now's the time. Dude, a cup of orange juice is like $25 at Alfonso's. When they made you that offer, they didn't imagine you'd take them to a 5-star restaurant. The Johnsons don't have that kind of money. Just take them to the barbecue place on the corner. You like it, it's cheap, you'll all have a good time. All they really want is a fun night out, not a second mortgage on their house. Well, I don't want to go to the barbecue place on the corner. I go there all the time. I want to go somewhere new that I've never been before, like Alfonso's. So when they get here, I'm going to tell them that's where we're going. I mean, why would they make an offer they couldn't afford? Why would they offer? Let's see. Maybe because they're very nice people. Maybe because for some inexplicable reason they think you're interesting and want to hang out with you. Maybe because they assume that the payment you would ask for would be somewhat proportional to the 20-minute job you did. Look, they want to do something nice for you. Don't ruin it by making them incur a huge financial cost as a result. I mean, if I lend you my car, the expectation is it's not going to return to me all smashed up that I'm going to have to pay for repairs. But I do. Yeah, you do. That was a very bad example. But you really think your 20 minutes of work is worth making the Johnsons shell out $500 for 3 people to eat a single meal? No, they think it's worth a $500 meal because they offered. No, they didn't, because they thought you were a normal person and would just ask for pizza. Well, if they didn't want to go to a fancy place, then they should have stipulated that in the offer. We'd like to take you to a restaurant, but not the most expensive place in town. No, normal people don't have to stipulate things in the offer because the rest of us understand this is the case. Besides, if they did tell you you couldn't choose the most expensive place, you'd be sitting right here telling me how offended you were right now that they, very correctly I might add, thought you would take them to the most expensive place. There's no winning with you. By the way, you can't dress like that at Alfonso's. You gotta put on a suit and tie. No, I didn't know it. No problem, no problem. I'll borrow one of yours. No way, man. You're disgusting when you eat. You'll stain it all up. Find your own somewhere else. Fine. I'll ask the Johnsons to bring one with them. Steve's about my size. So now you want Steve to pay hundreds of dollars for a meal, gas, and downtown parking, and bring you a suit, and pay for the inevitable dry cleaning of those clothes? That's not even the worst of it. Look, I can tell you right now, you'll hate the food at Alfonso's. It's small and fancy, and you're going to spend the whole time there whining and complaining about everything that you're not even paying for. If they actually do agree to take you there, the Johnsons are going to feel so totally ripped off by tonight, it's not even going to be funny, man. Well, I'm going to go to Alfonso's, and I'm going to love everything about it just to prove you wrong. I think you're jealous that you can't come. So deal with it, bro. Deal with it. I'm out of here. Well, here's another guaranteed prediction for you. At some point next month, the Johnsons will be looking at their credit card statement and wishing they never met you.